In the Herald this week, we have coverage of the Pope's 45th Apostolic Journey to Southeast Asia and Oceania. Journalist Elvina Fernandez was just meters away from the Pope at the Papal Mass in Singapore, gives us a comprehensive view of the historic event with 50,000 participants, including priests, religious and lay people, not just from Singapore, but from Malaysia and other countries in the region. Read what they had to say, as well as an interesting reflection from the maker of the chair for the Holy Father. We also caught up with Elvina as she shares her experiences on our podcast, HERALD Voices. Link in the description and at the end of this video.
Over in Penang, gestures and signs took on a whole new meaning at the first signed Mass for the deaf, held recently at the Church of Divine Mercy in Sungai Ara. The signed Mass provided a striking reminder of how essential and meaningful these gestures can be for those who experience Mass through sign language. The celebration was a joyful one, uniting all of God's people in praise, as Paul Gunn, a seasoned interpreter for the hearing impaired, played a key role in this inaugural event. Paul has been involved with the deaf community since 2001, starting with the Reach Ministry at the Church of St. Francis Xavier in Petaling Jaya. He explained, with sign language interpretation, the deaf can now fully participate in Mass from start to end.
In other news, the Cathedral of St. John in Kuala Lumpur hosted the launch of PROTEC 5. PROTEC stands for Protect Our Earth, Protect Our Children. This campaign, in its 5th year, is themed Use Less Paper and Wood, which highlights the urgent need to reduce our environmental footprint. The Eucharistic celebration on September 1st was presided over by Archbishop Julian Liao and concelebrated by Bishop Joseph He, President of the Episcopal Commission for Creation Justice of Malaysia, Singapore and Brunei, alongside 6 priests. The celebration commenced with adoration of the Blessed Sacrament and the Rosary, dedicated to prayers for all of creation.
And in our inspirational segment, we feature lay missionaries Lavinia and Alicia Antoine, the daughters of Jude and Veronica Antoine, who paved the way for full-time lay missionaries in Malaysia. Find out what made them give up their own ambitions to start their own ministry focusing on young people. Now known as COM, the Kaseh House of Missions runs seminars, conferences, formations, retreats and evangelizes throughout the world and is sustained entirely on God's mercy, grace and providence.
All this and more in this week's Herald. Make sure you get your copy at your parish this weekend. And for snippets from this week's Herald, check out our highlights on Instagram.